Welcome everyone to Raw Sport. My name is Ahmed Al Hooli and we're back with another episode. Mr. Tony Sheen joins me once again. How are you, Tony? How's things?
Ahmed, great to be back with you on Raw Sport for another big show.
Absolutely, mate. We are live on a Tuesday night. It's all happening. We have a very special guest today. Just like all our guests are very special to us and very dear to us. But today we've gone a very different route. We bring you a young man who was at the start of his career. Mr. Josh Byrne, welcome to the Raw Sports podcast. How are you, buddy? How's things?
How you going, mate? Happy to be here. Thanks very much for having me.
Our utmost pleasure, mate. Josh, you're a young man who's just turned pro. Your pro career has just kicked off. But who is Josh Byrne? Take us back in time. Who is this young man who's now turned into a professional boxer?
Basically, I've been boxing for maybe 4 years now. Had a fair few fights a while back now. Gained lots of experience through amateur fights. Most of the experience that I gained through amateur fights kind of has shaped me to be the boxer I am now. Basically, all the fights that I've had as an amateur, it's very different to pros. So the amateur fights, they're very, very quick and short, and like the point system and all that to earn points and to win an amateur fight is very different to a pro fight. So jumping in the ring in the pro fight the other night was it was a big step for me, and it happened that I come out on top. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, buddy. Just take us through. I know it's a short career, but what are you? 4 amateur fights and 1 pro fight.
I think I've had be pretty close to 20 amateur fights, I think.
Oh, my apologies.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I think I've had just about 20 amateur fights. State titles, Golden Gloves. Yeah, they're all quite a while back now. But yeah, done all that, and then onto the pros now.
So you're a fully fledged professional boxer, and you're 1-0.
Yep, 1-0.
Yep. So, what was the greatest difference between fighting in an amateur sense and fighting professionally?
I suppose the biggest step for me was jumping in the ring with no headgear on. Basically, coming into this pro fight, I haven't done any sparring, nothing with no headgear on, and yeah, basically, I the whole time stressing walking to the ring. It was all I was like, "Fuck, what's it going to be like with no headgear on and all that sort of stuff?" But yeah, as soon as I jumped in, chilled out, relaxed, and yeah, it was awesome. It was really good.
Josh, how old were you when you started fighting or boxing?
Ooh, probably about 10, I reckon.
Most young kids always have a story why they started. What's yours?
The school I went to was a very good school. Didn't really have any dramas there. I've always been a very hands-on sort of person. I'm not very good sitting still and all the rest of it. I wasn't the best kid at school, and I come past the gym one day because it's kind of on the way home from school back to the workshop, and yeah, I popped my head in, met Dale Rigg, the coach, and that's kind of how it started.
Did you end up finishing school?
No, I left school at the end of year 9, I think. Got an apprenticeship with the old man, and then yeah, balancing between work and boxing. That's basically how we are today.
So what's your skill of trade?
I'm a plumber by trade. So yeah.
So you deal with a lot of shit, and professionally and personally.
Yeah. No, it's It's good. The money's good. I like helping the family out. It's basically a family business. So my granddad started it. My old man took it over, and now sort of me and my brother are coming through now. So yeah.
Well, Josh, give everybody, give your business a shout out so that everybody in Perth can jump on board, and if they need a plumber, to come to you guys.
Yeah. So mechanical piping services. That's us. So it's more like your mechanical services. So all big sort of like hotels and hospitals and that sort of stuff, like commercial sort of stuff. But yeah, it's good fun. I really enjoy it.
Josh, you've had over 20 fights, amateur fights, and now you are a pro. What's the biggest thing you've learned along the journey so far?
Keep moving and don't get hit, I guess. My best thing I've learned.
Have you learnt about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. You got to be yourself. You got to be your own person. I guess, but you got to at the same time you got to be a good sportsman at the same time. There's no point being a real dick about it. You know, you got to be a good sportsman. The best thing I've learned, a couple of stars have come, like Danny Green and all that sort of stuff, and come around to the gym, and some of the tips and stuff that they've given me, you couldn't pay for that. Like that's some of the stuff that they've taught me and pointed out to me is just incredible. Like it's just you can't really explain how helpful that sort of stuff is. Like the bit of constructive criticism is really good.
And Danny Green is a big star in WA, not only Australia, but specifically in his hometown of Perth.
Yeah.
Did that overawe you in terms of getting advice from somebody you've watched, his whole career, and then you're now, following in his footsteps?
Yeah. To see him in the gym and walking around and all that, even just to introduce myself, it was a real pleasure to meet him. And so.
Josh, who's that one person that you always go to for advice?
Probably be my rig. Probably be my coach, Rig. He's always got a very different way of looking at something, and he's like a second dad to me. So, definitely be Rig. He's a heck of a coach. He's awesome, actually. He's very good bloke, and knows so much about boxing. You can't even put words on it how much he knows, and and how far I've come with Rig it's just crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Would you say he's been instrumental in guiding you to where you are today? Have you been with him since day one?
I did have quite a few amateur fights with a different coach, and then basically when Rig moved into the gym in Malaga, that's basically when I started with him. But yeah, ever since I started with Rig, it's just been a game changer. Like I've improved so much. It's just crazy.
What does Rig have that you find that you can't get from others? What's that insight that he gives you that your previous coach or other people you've been around in boxing have not been able to give you?
He's just like I said before, he's got a real different way of looking at everything. Like and he's been around for so long that he just knows a lot of stuff. Like, and everything he says, if you take it on board, you know that you're not going to go wrong. So
inside boxing and outside boxing.
Oh yeah, both. Yeah. I could talk to Rig about anything, and he'd give me a hand or listen or whatever I needed.
Did he give you a stern talking to in terms of girls and alcohol and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
What's he trying to keep you on the straight and narrow? Does he? No beers after Thursday or Friday or whatever? And
I'm not really much of a drinker. I've only just turned 18, so not really much of a drinker. But yeah, he's good with all that sort of stuff, and so help you if you miss boxing. Holy shit!
What have you tested him out?
There's been a couple of times. Like tonight, I told him I'm going to be running a bit late because of the stream, and
the Raw Sport podcast. And what did Rig say?
Oh yeah, he was like, "That's fine." I said originally, I said because I didn't actually go this weekend. I was helping my mum chop some wood because it's so cold over here now, and so I couldn't go to training on the weekend. And then I said to him, "Rig, I need to have a talk about tomorrow night." And he goes, "What do you want now?" And I was like, I got a podcast that I have to go and do." And he goes, "Why?" And he goes, I said, "Tony set it up for me." And he goes, "Oh, I suppose that's all right then."
So Tony told you the power broker in this relationship?
Yeah. He's definitely definitely got a big say in everything. So that's another man I can't thank enough for everything he's done for me. Yeah. He's a really great guy, and got a lot of contacts in that in the sport. So it'll be great.
Very well connected.
Yeah.
How did you meet Tony Tolles?
I met Tony when I started with Rig, and when I first started with Rig, obviously I wasn't 18, so I wanted to continue with the amateur side of things. So me and Tony didn't really have much of a relationship so much because he's more like the pro sort of side of things. So yeah, I kind of first started to get to know Tony sort of when I turned 16 to 17, because obviously then he's starting to put you down the track of going pro and getting you on the fight cards and all the rest of it. So I kind of started to really get to know Tony sort of around then, and then it's shot off from there.
Josh, is Tony the one that we can thank for your nickname?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Who created you? Did you create the nickname?
No, I got given that a long time ago. I think it was either Steve Gago in amateurs. He gave me that nickname, or Tony. Yeah.
We interviewed Gago about 3 weeks ago. He was a good chat. So all you WA boys are been good to Raw Sport.
Yeah. No, Steve's awesome. Do a fair bit of sparring and all the rest of it with him. We kind of help each other out. He helps me out. But yeah, no, he's a great guy. Awesome boxer.
Josh, the first one's done and dusted. What's next?
I'm back on the next card. Actually, I'm fighting again in August. I think it's the 23rd of August. Back on again.
In Perth?
So yeah, in Perth again, Metro City. So my theory behind it is I want to keep going. So, and I'm already I've got fit. Now I just need to carry it on and keep stepping it up. If I was to take 1 or 2 off and then get unfit and all the rest of it, to get back into it again is a bit of a hassle. But now I'm already fit, healthy, all the rest of it, to carry it on. It's you just got to maintain it.
Has Tony found you an opponent?
I'm not too sure yet. I think he was thinking about an international fight, possibly from Indonesia for the next one. But I'm not. Nothing's been set in stone yet. We're not too sure.
Josh, we had Liam Parrow on a couple of months ago, or about 6 weeks ago.
Yep.
Before his fight, obviously. Over the weekend, he's gone on to win a world title. He was just a young man from Mackay, Queensland, just like many other boxers in the country.
Yeah.
How much hope does that give young guys like yourself now to actually believe now that there's a path to go on and become a world champion, like
Yeah.
top of the world, IBF 140-pound world champion, legitimate world champion?
Yeah. Nah, it's it gives a lot of inspiration for new people coming into the sport, definitely. And yeah, to see someone, especially from Australia, accomplish something like that, it's insane. Um, I don't know where the boxing career is going to lead me, but as long as I keep going, I can't see why that's not a possibility. But yeah, definitely that's it's crazy to think that just someone out of Australia can go on and be a world champion like that.
Did you see the fight?
I missed that one. I didn't watch that fight, but I definitely afterwards went back and watched the highlights, and yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, well, it was an unbelievable fight, and many key takeaways. One of them was that chat. I can't remember which round it was. I think the 8th or the 7th round when Liam was off his feet and Alfie DiCarlo just went at him and he got him. He looked like Liam looked like he was stuffed. Alfie had that conversation. It's going viral online now, and it really showed how strong and powerful their relationship is, fighter to coach and trainer. And that's why I asked you about your trainer and how much he means to you and the impact he has on your life. Because I promise you, before that chat, Liam looked like he was out on his feet. He was ready to quit. Because Matthias is known to overwhelm fighters. Alfie was able to get through to him, control his breathing, calm him down, and motivate him. And he went out and they did what they did. So that relationship between fighter and coach is enormous. And if there's belief on both sides, you can go a very long way. So that's the reason why I sort of emphasized a bit more about that. But in saying that, what do you do outside the sport, mate? How do you keep yourself busy?
Well, apart from working, and apart from working and the missus, I actually don't really have much time myself at all.
The missus.
Yeah.
Does she keep you in line, mate, before the fight?
Yeah.
Tony's going to ask you a question for sure. Here it comes.
No.
Yeah, she definitely keeps me in line. Yeah, she's she's a very good girl. I love her to bits, and yeah.
We'll give her a shout out.
I don't even know what her Instagram or anything is.
You just got yourself in a lot of trouble, mate.
Yeah.
You better give her one after your next fight.
Yeah. Definitely will. Yeah, definitely will.
You're a character. Well, There you go. Josh, you've been very generous with your time. We thank you very much. And tell Rig, sorry we kept you away from his training for a few more minutes. Before we wrap things up, where can people, number one, find you online? Number two, know more about your next fight?
So obviously Tony Tolge has Facebook and Instagram, and then Dragonfly Boxing on both of the platforms, Instagram and Facebook. Basically, Tony reposts everything anyway, but definitely both those platforms. The fights are streamed on I think it's Thriller TV or something like that.
Thriller, yeah.
Yeah. The fights are all streamed on there. My Instagram is Josh. What is it now?
Third Degree.
I actually just changed it after my fight.
You know what? I think you just saved yourself. Whether that was an act or that really happened, you just saved yourself. The missus won't be so upset after all.
Yeah. I've actually just changed it after my fight. Doing sort of more like a boxing page rather than a personal sort of page. But yeah, hang on. What is it? I think it's Josh. Third third.degree.byrne. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
all right. We'll tag you in all the clips anyway. So
Yeah.
Tony, you got any more questions?
Well, I think Josh has stumped me. The only thing that I was going to ask Josh, just again to reiterate for all your fans and all of our fans, is to remind people when you're fighting and when you will find out who your opponent is.
Opponent should be locked in within sort of the next week. And obviously on my Instagram and Facebook, Tony's Instagram, Facebook, all on the Dragonfire page will promote who I end up fighting. And the 23rd of August is when the fight is.
Beautiful.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Josh, the Third Degree Byrne, thank you very much for joining us on Raw Sport. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for having us.
Bye. Ciao.